Okay, we're getting into a little like bullying after school, old school though. Like you had a problem with someone, you beat the crap out of them, they'd fight and then they'd get over it and then the next day they'd be best friends. Okay. We grew up in a tough area. Yeah, I don't look like it, but listen, don't come at me because I have serious. Mm, it's like you can take me out of that environment, but once I feel threatened, I can definitely defend myself, whether that's verbally or physically. It's just ingrained in you. If you grew up in a hood, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the bullying was a whole other struggle, but it was psychological. It was like not fitting in at school. It was like I already went through the embarrassment of having my back brace on. And here were these girls just literally bugging us every day after school. And I don't know, I didn't want to go to school anymore. It was like stressing me out. Like I had a stomach ache. You know, like your kids have a stomach ache and it's like, well, what are your symptoms? I don't know. My stomach hurts. I don't want to go to school. It was all stress. It was all stress. And my mother couldn't figure it out, you know? And it wasn't a time where like you would ask for help from anyone at school. Like that just wasn't happening back then. And I just dealt with it myself and I dealt with those girls. Eventually, we were all straight with each other. Like at some point in the school year, it was like we'd walk by each other and it was like an agreement. We didn't have to hang out with each other. We didn't have to be friends, but we certainly didn't have to bring each other down. And I wish more girls could figure that out and not get involved in people's business as much. Stay in your own lane. Have your own fun. Have your own people. Don't be judgy McJudgy. You're not perfect. We know it because we're not perfect. We're not perfect. Mind your own darn business and do the things that you like to do and stop getting into people's business. If you're in people's business that much, then you have way too much time on your hands and you should pick up some more hobbies, you know? So I tried, I mean, my kids are grown, but when my kids grew up in the social media height. And some days I would hear, when they weren't driving yet, I would hear the chitter chatter in the back seat. I would say to them, it must be nice to be perfect. And they would stop in their tracks and they would be like, what do you mean? Well, you're talking about this person, they're not even here. And you don't have any facts. And only perfect people judge people like that or talk about people like that. Only perfect people do that. So I guess you're perfect. That stopped so quickly and really resonated with them through their high school time because not so much the boys. The boys work out conflict very differently, but the girls, in my experience, they're much harder on each other and it needs to go the other way. We should be lifting each other up and I'll stop talking about that. But that was happening too after the back brace. And that was kind of annoying because I was like, I just want to have fun now, like at school without my stupid brace on. So anyways, those girls that used to walk on my heels every day after school, thank you. Because you really taught me some good negotiating skills and the use of humor in very stressful times. So that was good. But after junior high, I went to high school, and that's when all of a sudden I kind of like had a little glow up where I don't know if I found some hair product, but my hair was better. I was very confident. I loved sports. I was recruited by the basketball team in high school because I was 5'11". The coach was all over me like, please come to tryouts. Please come to tryouts. And I was like, you know what? I have a back that works, but there are certain movements that I know that I will hurt myself doing, like the suicide. Now, don't go there with suicide, okay? The suicide training. Number one with basketball training back then. It was like you do your warm-ups, you do your jog around, you do, as a team, suicides to all the lines and back as a team. And I said to him, I'm not doing suicides, and I'm not going to be on the team with my team and not do suicides with my team because that's not fair. And I don't want to screw my back up. And although I appreciate you recruiting me so much, I don't think basketball is my path. And he was like, if you change your mind, let me know. All right, let me